Hi everybody, welcome to this Rookie Division General playthrough for the Speedrun Champions Tournament here on the BK Golf Clash YouTube channel. If you would be so kind, please hit thumbs up and make sure you subscribed as well. Totally free to do so. We're playing all par 4s in this one. Glen Monarch Estate, Chateau Lavande and Lake Wabasca. Timestamps for each hole in the video description down below. Bear in mind some of these replays are from old tournaments, so some of them will have the old ball attribute levels, so please keep that one in mind. And remember to tweak according to your club's balls and play style, but as a rule on the channel here, all of my rookie content uses true rookie level clubs. Good luck, here we go. Hole number 1, very good chance for an eagle. I like the big topper for the large amount of topspin needed. And it is 8 topspin and 2 right spin, playing with a Titan because we need the distance. Setting up at max distance with big topper level 3, second bounce in the rough, in between the nice gap between those trees. Max plus 10 is the adjustment here. We're going to go with half a ball of curl to the right just to bring the ball in towards the green a little bit nearer. Important to hit perfect, of course, with the big topper. You can play this with an extra mile, but you would need a power 5 ball. Rolls out and leaves a very nice wedge for an eagle on hole number 1. On this hole we're going to play with the extra mile and a navigator. We're going to add spin first, 4.5 top spin and 1 bar side spin to the right. Once we've added spin, have the ball guide down the middle of that narrow part of the fairway there. It's time to make our adjustment here. We're going to go maximum distance with 10% elevation. So max plus 10 on this one. There you can see we are well within max distance of club, just going into plus yards, so power 1 ball is fine. Sorry, a power 2 ball as it is now. Outer wall curl to the right just to help us navigate the dogleg shape of this fairway. Hitting perfect, and you can see this will go down the fairway very nicely. And we're going to set up a shot with our thorn for the approach. Drive distance is going to be around 310 yards. Now it's all about working out your club distance here, so it's not shown in the video, but move up to max and find the min line and work out where you're going to be. This is actually a no spin shot, and you can see I'm aiming left of pin deliberately because the wind is going to push us into the right as we have crosswind from left to right. You would have to compensate accordingly in other wind angles. Because of the low ball guide of the thorn level 5, I'm of course leaving the second and third bounce short. Other short irons will have of course different ball guide available, but you want to play true club distance, 0 elevation, and because I was close to mid, I play this mid numbers with no elevation. Just a small tweak may be needed with the speed there to get that to drop, but the idea is there. Big topper, whatever level you've got it in. Max top spin, 1 bar side spin to the right. Stretch out here and look at the ball guide. It needs to be a ring clear from the rough on the right up there, so pointing just to the left hand side of that little rock which you can see protruding. Max plus 10 is the adjustment, then we push back up to max. Then we need to apply 1 ring of overpower. So just so you can see the target starting to quiver, starting to shake a little bit. So no more than that, just 1 ring, hit perfect. Bounces very nicely here, and we're just going to roll through that little bit of rock, which is awesome, and then out onto the fringe for an easy wedge. On this hole we're going to lay up towards the end of that first fairway with the quarterback. I'm going with 3 bars of topspin here with my quarterback level 6, and I'm aiming at the furthest point in the fairway. You can see that curve in the fairway. I'm aiming absolutely at the top of that curve. Using the quarterback for the ball guide, but mainly for the accuracy of course, and we're going to adjust maximum distance with 10% elevation. Now the way to go for the drop here, and I'll show you in the second shot video, is playing a max backspin shot with the thorn if you want to go for it. If not, just play safely to green for the eagle. You can see perfect ball away here, and it's going down very nicely. Obviously less top spin if you have tailwind, otherwise you will roll long into the rough or the sand. With the approach I've added my spin already, that is maximum backspin possible, and I'm aiming on the green with this headwind angle. Second bounce you can see there is about 4 green squares beyond the pin, aiming to the left because the wind is going to push us down to the right. Adjustment here, max plus 20. because I'm approaching max distance of club. Alternate shots here if you don't fancy the max backspinish approach. You can play with a rough bump, but you're going to adjust either downhill or uphill, so that is a tricky shot to dial in. That's why I'm suggesting you go with max backspin, but of course you do need the thorn. If you don't fancy any of those, play safely to green for your birdie, but here we drop it very nicely for the eagle. Looking at hole number 5 now, we're going to play over on the right hand side with the extra mile and a quasar. 2 bars left spin and not too much top spin here. We don't want to roll too long. So it's going to be between 1 and 2 bars depending the wind angle that you've got. Finding landing position in the middle of the fairway, ball guide as shown. I push adjust my rings because otherwise the trees will be in the way, and my adjustment is max plus 10 on this one. Maximum distance, 10% elevation. With any headwind you might want a power 2 ball or a power 3 ball just to prevent any overpower required. A little bit of curl to the right just to maintain the line that we want on the drive here. Perfect ball is bouncing up with the top spin and going nicely in the centre of the fairway just before the dogleg, 316 yards. Second shot now, going to play with the Guardian because we need backspin. Even with a low level, it's going to be absolutely fine. We don't need full backspin here, but with the Guardian level 4, playing with as much as I can. Then we are going to aim with the ball guide just to the right of the pin. That's because the wind is going to push us slightly to the left, and also we have a bit of tailwind as well. Maximum distance, 5% elevation on this one. Max plus 5. I like the Guardian. Like I said, you need plenty of backspin here to hold onto the green if you miss the eagle. It is a tough shot to get the eagle here, but we want to give it a go, and if we miss, at least we'll be close to the pin. Very, very close there, just a little bit short, so slight modification needed, but that gives you an idea of the approach we need on hole number 5. We're going to play aggressively here with a Titan. If you don't want to do that, then bounce over on the left. But here we go with a power 3 ball for the distance. 4.5 top spin, 2 bars side spin to the left. Stretch out, find your position. Ball guide clearing the rough there, pointing down the middle. Max plus 10 is the adjustment. Once we are done, we push back up to max. Then we're going to go with a little bit of overpower and a little bit of curl to the left. Left side of the ball just outside the adjustment ring. 2 rings of OP. Again, extra mile 5, you need another ring. Just barely made it over, but we did hit great left as well, which meant we lost a bit of distance and got close to the rough. So perfect ball there will be very nice. Second shot here, I'm working out my distance of short iron, and I estimate this to be mid distance. Very difficult here with the lack of ball guide, but also there are some glitchy moments on the green. So you may catch a glitch roll here. It all depends kind of where your drive goes and where you set up. But here I'm playing no spin, and look where the ball guide is there, bouncing short with the ball guide we have with thorn level 4. Mid plus 10 is the adjustment here. We hit perfect, and it does come in a little bit on the hot side, but it does drop, and I don't think we would have risked the rough at the back had we missed. You know, the pace is fine, and we do drop it right side of pin ever so slightly for an eagle. Here we're going to play with the extra mile followed by the thorn, and we're going to, with my extra mile level 5, playing at max distance of my club. We are adding our spin. First we're going to go with a quasar ball here, by the way, because I need the side spin. So it's 1 bar of top spin, 2 bars side spin to the left. Now if you've got wind going from left to right, I would suggest you play with a katana, because otherwise the wind angle is going to push you into the rough, because with true rookie clubs we don't have much curl available on our drivers. Maximum distance 0 elevation here. Power 2 ball is fine here in this wind angle, and then we're going to play with outer wall curl out to the left. Very important to hit perfect. This is a narrow fairway, and you'll see that it's a bit of a bottleneck here as we go up. There's not much room, and we don't want to roll into the rough on the left or the right, but that's going to work out just fine. Second shot, I would work out your club distance here. I'm near max, so I'm going to play this maximum distance 0 elevation. You can see I'm playing with a little bit of backspin here. I would always recommend that. Going to aim right of pin because the wind angle is going to push us to the left, and we're leaving that second bounce about 4 or 5 green squares short. Obviously difficult when you have rookie level clubs because you haven't got a full ball guide. So do the best you can and tweak and adapt according to your club level and of course your wind angle that you've got. 0 elevation on this approach, and I'd play that one in all wind angles. To be fair, as long as you are offsetting slightly, you've got a good chance of this one to drop. So max distance, 0 elevation, centre the ball and then hit perfect, and hopefully with a nice green here, very smooth, you've got a good chance to drop the eagle. What we're doing here is another double bounce, technical drive, but it is a solid approach here. But I'm going with a katana, stretching out, and then going to apply our spins. Obviously, what do I go with here? 3.5 top spin, 3 bars side spin to the left, stretching out so that the red ring is the yellow ring, sorry, is completely on the fairway. We do need to push up a little bit here, so we adjust max plus 25. May seem like a lot, but it's fine. And then we're going to push up the number of rings that we required. In this case, 1.5 rings, I do believe. Then we're going with a little bit of curl out to the left edge of the ball, just outside the adjustment ring. Oh, just bounces there. We could have pushed up a little bit more, but we're still comfortably over there with our second bounce onto the next piece of fairway. Second shot here, playing with the thorn, and we've got to find a good landing position here. I'm working out, I'm about mid-distance here, so I'm going to do this mid plus 10, but I would go with a little bit more backspin. There are some glitchy moments here, and as you can see, sometimes you get more of a ball guide than others. So maybe a little bit more backspin required. I would try just over 2 bars, but like I say, you've got to mix and match and try and find a good spot here. Medium distance plus 10% for elevation is what we do. And then we take our shot. Perfect ball at least, so we do test our adjustment, but as you can see here, we just missed to the left, so fraction less adjust and a little bit more backspin. If you are enjoying the free content here on the channel and want to help out and keep everything free, then please consider making a small donation. All donations are gratefully received and help me out here on the channel, as all of the content here is produced for free in my own spare time. You can do that in one of 3 ways. You can hit the thanks button here on YouTube, you can make a PayPal donation via the link in the description down below, or you can also join us over on Patreon. Details at the end of the video. The Berserker, going with the extra mile for distance and top spin. I have to stretch out to find my position. The reason I'm playing down the right side is because there's a very unhelpful tree in the way. If you're going left side, you have to play left or right of the tree, and it takes away most of the chances for an eagle. So 4.5 top spin with a Berserker, stretch out, look at how many rings I need to push up after I adjust. Max plus 10 is the adjustment. I then push up to max. I've still got some rings left from my initial position, so I'm going to apply those as overpower. Around 2.5 to 3 rings. We have a tutorial on that on the Academy home page if you need tips on how to judge the amount of overpower correctly. Important to hit perfect, of course. This fairway is slightly narrower, but we get away with a perfect, and it rolls down nicely. It looks from the camera angle here that we're not going to have a clear view of the green, but the flag just pokes out to the right of the tree, and we're going to be fine with the backbone. I check my club distance here, and I want to bounce halfway between the rough and the fringe. Nice consistent spot to aim at here, and the adjustment I'm using, as we're slightly more downhill, I'm going to play this one max plus 20. So I'm aiming at the pin, then applying backspin to get the ball to steady itself nicely. Leave the ball guide short. I haven't got a fully developed ball guide, obviously, with the backbone, so we're going to leave that short. And the adjustment here, mid distance, 20% elevation, so mid plus 20. We adjust our rings, and we're going to have a very good chance here following on from a successful drive, and I think it is worth putting a power 5 ball on and trying to get that extra distance to try and give yourselves a good opportunity for an eagle. Just missing to the right, but a very good chance nonetheless. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.